Hey everybody, Carl here. Welcome back to Trails to Azure, where in the previous episode, we delivered a mysterious package to the abandoned house in a residential district. We came face to face with an actual ghost, a haunted child, doll, twin girl. It was pretty spooky overall. Speaking of spooky, Rosenberg Studio gives me the creeps. And we're gonna go there, but we have 3 districts left to check out before we get on to the plot. So, it's gonna be Orchis Tower, East Streets, downtown. Let's go. Mayor Croyce pays his entertainment and travel expenses out of his own pocket, rather than taxpayer money. I guess he is the CEO of the IBC, but still, it's good to know our mayor isn't the selfish sort. It's a good man.
Rain, rain, stay away. Come again another day.
Isn't the weather today great? Orchis Tower looks even better when it's under a clear sky. The sky reflected in the glass.
They told us the roof of Orchis Tower isn't open to the general public yet. That's too bad. I guess we'll have to come back some other time. Aw man, I wanted to see the view from the roof so bad.
Well, no can do, rules are rules. We're expecting a lot more pedestrian traffic in this plaza once Orchis Tower is fully open to the public. That'll mean more work for us, but as across Bellin, watching people marvel at the tower will be a joy to behold. Ever since this plaza opened up, it's become a popular spot for citizens who want a place to relax. It's heartwarming to see friends and families enjoying their time together. Orchis Tower. Welcome, one and all, to the 5 people in here we have to talk to. I'm a member of the force, just like you, but the staff members here treat me like part of their team. In fact, they even let me use the employee-only cafe and dining hall. The place is only halfway up the building, but that's still higher than the top floor of the IBC. The view there is great, but it makes me feel a little guilty that civilians can't visit there too. Enjoy it.
This is my first time visiting the tower. Even just his lobby takes my breath away. It's so extravagant that I almost feel out of place.
Do you all happen to know the origins behind Orchis Tower's name?
Orchis comes from the word orchids. Orchids being plants with beautiful flowers that bloom one by one along a single stem. In other words, this building itself is those very blossoms, climbing their stalk, reaching upward into the sky. A fitting name when you think of it that way, isn't it?
Orchids? Orchids? Orchis Tower. I'm gonna stick with Orchis Tower.
We're currently researching ways of promoting cultural exchange here in Crosspell City. Suggested ideas include a sightseeing brochure center, an international cultural study class, and a shop with foreign goods. Our staff is working hard day after day to provide the citizens with even more helpful and enriching services. I hope you look forward to what Orchis Tower will be able to offer in the future.
On opening day, this lobby was simply awash with clamoring guests, hoping to see the sights from the tower. Admittedly, I took some delight in the astonished expressions they wore walking in through the doors. I understand that. Well. I'm gonna go talk to this guard at least. There's a lot to love about Orchis Tower, but the open space here on the first floor is my favorite part. Maybe I'm a little biased, since this is my post and all, but I can't imagine there ever being a more luxurious building. It's pretty swanky. It's pretty freaking swanky. But we got places to be, such as East Streets, where there's trouble brewing for mailing.
Grandpa's beard is wee long. Yank.
Ouch! Easy now, mailing. That's not meant for pulling.
Yank.
You're surprisingly strong, aren't you, mailing? Ouch! My grandson, Roy, has finally found himself a job, at a street stall no less. I used to work at one myself back in my younger years. I'm getting a little nostalgic just thinking about it. In any case, I'm happy Roy is maturing. I'll be keeping a close eye on how this goes for him. Me too, old man Morse. Now, how's you get?
All right, I'm off to work. Make sure you lock the door behind me, Yugit.
Got it, Serena.
Oh yeah, and no skipping out on your homework just because I'm not here.
Okay, jeez, I know.
You watch your rare there, Yugit. I might come by and check on you.
Little Yugit across the hall was recently given permission to watch the apartment by himself while his sister is out. I'm so proud of him.
Oh, he's a big boy now. Anybody in the... Oh, indeed.
Look here, Marie. I have a new toy for you today. Dangles the cat teaser in front of the cat. Hunya. Wow, it really does work. This is a cat toy one of the street vendors told me about. Looks like Marie's a fan.
Humya. Bond had to head to work early for an important meeting today. He's been much more motivated about his job ever since we moved here. And yet, it doesn't get in the way of his love for his family. I'm blessed to have a husband like him.
Oh, it's turning around for them so well.
Well, we've imposed on you long enough. Time for you to get back to work. Take good care of yourself while you're working here, okay, dear?
Don't worry, Sepia. I will.
Well, we imposed on you long enough.
So you'll be leaving soon then? I'm gonna miss you both so much. Thank you for looking after Una, Sepia. Let her know how much I love her. Aw.
Aw, you have to go back home already? I hope you can come see Daddy again.
Yes. Yes, you better. You better. Now then, let's go snooping on Roy. See how he's doing at Kronk's stall. I finally crank him out. Crank him like Kronk's what I keep telling you, Roy. I finally cranked out a pinwheel good enough to be sold in store. It feels so good to see something I made get put on display like this. Every pinwheel I sell rotates just a little bit differently. And that's the sort of one-of-a-kind quality you can only get from handcrafted goods. Sadly, the average consumer would never notice something so subtle. Sure though. Hey, Kuda.
I'm slowly starting to perfect my shopping route. Being frugal sure takes a lot of time and energy.
Yes, but the savings.
Din's tried to start his business without a plan or any expertise at all. In fact, I was the one who got him a business permit, not to mention this stall. What can I say? I always looked out for that dummy.
Gonna stop the old man up here. Everyone I know has been talking about this referendum non-stop. It's easy to get wrapped up in all the discourse, but don't let it keep you from forming your own opinion. This is a matter that affects us all, so think long and hard about how you want to vote. Here. I'll be voting with my tomfus. Lily was the one who came up with the name for my stall. Ever since I told her I wanted to start my own business, she's been supporting me in all kinds of ways. I'm lucky to have such a good friend. You are.
I think my husband and sons finally understand how difficult it is to do the daily chores. At this point, they're practically on the ground begging for my help. My little housework strike worked like a charm.
I'm glad for you, Susan.
Most freshwater fish tend to have this musty, earthy smell. However, temporarily soaking them in large quantities of milk can help remove the scent. They're a little trickier to prepare than saltwater fish, to be certain.
True, though. Alright. It's Long Lao. Let's go.
Mommy, the table's kinda sticky. Did I forget to clean it?
Oh, did you? Bust the tables, take the orders, carry the food. Ugh, I'm so busy my head's spinning. Come on, Puck.
This waiter seems awfully unreliable. The least he could do is bring us our food already.
Oh boy. Is the usual girl not waiting the tables today? I thought something seemed off.
Daddy and Finn told me to handle the register today. Puck and Bruce look like they're having a rough time keeping up, though. Are they gonna be okay?
An interesting development. Oh, look at him in the kitchen! Hot! And this wok is way too heavy. No stopping. Move it. Sorry. I thought for sure this would be a piece of cake. Who knew it was this hard to make one lousy plate of fried rice?
The secret to fried rice is cooking it over high heat. That way you can develop a nice crispy texture without it burning and sticking.
Really? I had no idea.
Watch what you're doing. Keep your eyes on the pan.
I'm sorry, Master.
Man, fucking Roos have some nerve. They demanded that we give them both better jobs to do. I remember when I used to act like that. Master would always get so mad at me. They gotta learn that there's nothing wrong with doing chores. Here. Seems like a good plan has formed. Now then. Baby? What? Wait, no, what happened? What? Armand and Ellie? Wait, they got a baby? What? What? I can't, it's them? It's them? It certainly was, Armand. We had such a wonderful time yesterday. Right, I thought that was her lines for a second.
Goo goo gaga.
Oh my gosh, are you for real? Oh, Ellie. Oh, Armin. Wasn't yesterday just amazing? You named him Armin? Alright. Wait, yesterday. Wait. I couldn't have found him yesterday. No, I would have known. I wouldn't miss something like this. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. I'm not that kind of guy. So, let's go back to yesterday. This is actually this is big, guys. This changes literally everything. Hold on. No, it's just Notisha in a room. Okay. Good. We didn't miss anything. For real though? Goo goo gaga all the way. Oh, this just lifts my heart, lifts my spirits to see them still together. Baby in hand. We followed them from their first meeting in Roland, of all places. Apparently, the independence proposal was something the mayor has been mulling over for some time now. I wonder how Speaker McDowell feels about the matter. If there's anyone whose opinion I'd like to hear, it's his. Now then, we got some food for you. Heavenly noodles. Let's see. Alright, in and out. Let's do. Oh. Excuse me, Mr. Jizo. To cough in your presence is a slight. For Supreme Dish, the Cosmic Ocean Hot Pot. Okay. Now it also does say in my guide that I need in the finale to have like one of every supreme and peculiar dish on me as well. Oh, a Tira bomb and a letter lay on the shrine. That's something to keep in mind. We'll see when we get closer to that. To you who faithfully offer dishes, I give thanks. It is a great comfort to know that someone other than myself visits the great Jizo so frequently, and with delicious offerings no less. Though I know not who you are, allow me to leave you a small token of gratitude. Please consider it a gift for your continued devotion. Darabomb. Nice. Alright, Nightmare Slayer, have a cup of coffee. And periwinkle nectar. And powerful sandwich. And what about a brilliant soup? Or what about Wonder Cat? Just what is this guy is getting a lot of good stuff. The soothing jade noodles. I too walk the path of the noodle now. This season continues to be a drizzly one. How have you been spending your days, I wonder? In hoping that you will return to offer dishes once more, I have taken the liberty of writing you another letter. While gazing out upon the bustling street the other day, I spotted several children running about with great joy and vigor. I saw them in the area quite often, but even still, it pleased me to know that they got along so well. All eyes are on Crosspell, but what better treasure does this city have than the steady growth of our youth? I pondered this, and a great deal of other matters over and over. Oh, how I would love for these peaceful times to continue forever. This is all I can write for today. But first, I prepared another small token of gratitude. I would be simply delighted if it were to prove useful to you. Tarot Bomb. This is really nice. This is a really wholesome letter. All right. In and out. I bet they're wondering what I'm doing. I'm trying to remember her name. Her name is Parla.
Morse is out playing with Mei Ling today. It's been too long since he got a day off to spend with his granddaughter. You should have seen how happy they looked.
I saw. Mei Ling was doing a good old yank. Favorite game of mine. Septic colored sherbets. And yep, that's everything from there. Impulse popcorn. Woo. One more now. This is what happens when you do it infrequently. Summer breeze blends. Looking good. Now then. Imperial Fishing Club? I think so.
Lord Lakelord praised me for my imaginative faculties the other day. A fisherman has to consider every detail of the fish below the water, from how they look to how they live. He said that the ability to visualize those things is the hallmark of an ace angler.
Indeed. The Imperial Fishing Club is a collective of the very finest anglers in the land. Moreover, each line we cast provides feedback for improving upon any products in development at the Lakelord Company. We are a substantial cut above those fools from the Fishermen's Guild who do this for fun. I will hold my tongue, for my actions shall speak louder than words when the Elite Four are hooked on my rods. Imagine my surprise when I read the pleroma grass in your report was linked to the testaments. I even had Scott and Lynn confirm the intel just to be extra safe. From the looks of it, that grass is growing near every place those nasty cryptids have popped up.
It is unconfirmed as to whether or not they are the root cause. However, looking at things analytically, there is a correlation between the two.
Can I ask how the Bracers side of the investigation is going, Mitchell? Our teams took out 2 of the 3 cryptids we were assigned yesterday. The plan for today is to finish off the last one and split up to investigate the areas each of them appeared in.
Including the 2 we exterminated? I see.
Who's to say they won't pop up again, though? Hope your guys and gals are careful out there. Oh, I'm sure they can handle themselves. We'll get in contact with the CPD if our investigations turn anything up, so you just focus on doing your thing. Our investigation should be a walk in the park now that we have Arios back in the lineup. We'll get in contact with the CPD if anything turns up, so you just focus on doing your thing. Arios, cryptid extermination investigation, and the rest, we know where they are. No Estelle and Joshua, though. Aw, I guess we gotta be the big boys now. We can't have them as, like, mentor-like figures. Alright. I can live with that. What else I can live with is a... I can live with that, too. Yeehaw.
They told me a referendum on our independence as a state is going to be held soon. Dearie me, I'm not even entirely sure what that entails. I suppose I'll just have to read up on it.
Lotus Heights. Oh, Gable.
My goodness, this is amazing. Did you prepare these beans, Gable?
I did, but it's been a long time since I've cooked for myself, so I made too much. I'm glad to hear you like them.
Oh, thank you for going out of your way like this. Actually, that gives me a wonderful idea. If you have any more leftovers, why not share some with the other tenants? I'm sure everyone else would love them too.
You really think so? Oh, that's so wholesome. It's the beginning of his redemption arc. He's gonna be the grumpy neighbor that everybody's gonna warm up to. Phew, I knew commuting here was gonna be tough, but wow. Still, the people of Lotus Heights are like a second family to me. Even after getting accepted to St. Ursula, I just can't find it in me to live anywhere else. It's something special. How about the bow wow? It just hits different down here. Bow Lima.
Me and Mommy watched Daddy leave for work this morning. Today's the first day at his new construction job, so he said his clock-in time was flexible. I don't know what any of that means, but I'm glad I got to see him.
I'm so glad too, Lima. You don't even know. Melson got assigned to another project at a new construction site. Day after day, he works his hardest to support his family. Words can't express how grateful I am to have a loving husband like him. It's wonderful, is it not? The power of love. Speaking of love, ain't none to be found here because the door is firmly shut. A voice can be heard inside.
Finally got 1,000 Mira in my pocket. At least I did for the casino to roll up.
The door is firmly shut.
Give me back my freaking Mira, you stupid slot machine.
Well, guess Vance not eating today. Poor guy. Poor guy, that's all I have to say. How are ya?
Hey, Jingo, we came to hang out. You guys got food here, right? Give us some. Sure, if you guys can pay for it. Got any Mira? Haha, we did. We spent it all yesterday. We ate a whole bunch of meat. You two never think more than 2 seconds ahead, do ya? Come on, Jingo. Be cool and give us some food. Just call them samples. You don't look starving to me. Come back when you're skin and bones, and then maybe we'll talk. You're just as much of a meanie as your mom, Jingo. Come on, Jingo. Come on, Jingo. Don't you worry about these two. Just pretend they ain't even there. Anyway, we got some good stuff in today, same as always. Wanna make some trades?
Ooh, I'm good, thank you. Oh! You boys talking about that Enigma on display? Watch this. Hold it to your ear, and voila! You've got an Orbital phone. Oh, holy crap! You're right! Oh yeah, don't the bracers and police use these things? Wazy too, I think. Mind if we ask how much these would normally sell for, Ashley? They're all made to order, so on the up and up. About 100K minimum. But if you're interested in one of our knockoff models, I can be a little more flexible. So you guys want one or not? Did you say 100? That'd be like buying 100,000 one Mira chocolates all at once. You two sound like someone just read you your rights. 100,000 Mira? Never seen that much in my life combined, let alone all at once. Things sure are noisy today. Since when the hell was my store a hangout spot for the neighborhood rugrats? Just imagine, 100,000 one Mira pieces of chocolate. I could fill this entire room. It's crazy. Rugrats. Oh, now that I see Rugrats in 2 words, I finally understand what that means. Like if you're, because like Rugrats, the show, right? They're babies. They're crawling on the rug. Babies kind of look like rats. Rugrats. It's not a flattering term. Rugrats. Huh. At least that's my interpretation of things. But now, we're in Trinity. Is something wrong with our waiter? He's been spacing out this whole time.
I just couldn't keep myself away from this place. The atmosphere is so cozy and chic. I love it.
I always wanted to become a doctor like my dad, back when I was a kid. But eventually, some part of me realized that I could never be on his level. Never mind. Forget I said anything. My life's going nowhere fast. Why can't I just commit to something? Your dad's worried about you, you know?
Ashley ordered glass after glass of my special cocktails. She said that when you get past the taste and appearance, they'd be perfect for the battlefield. Wait, that is a compliment, right? Anyway, she definitely gave them her stamp of approval. Here, you can try some too. Hey! Wait, brown liquid. Woohoo! Do my cocktails really have a place on the battlefield? They must be more nutritious than I realized. Though you do have to gulp it down quick before the smell gets to you. You're really selling this drink here, buddy. Alright. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Remind me, what is this? Restores 20% EP. A brown goo one should never touch barehanded. Never. Alright.
The Saber Vipers have begun mounting a search for Walt. Apparently, no one has seen him these past several days. Not even once, huh? Where would a guy like that slink off to? And why?
Fair to assume you haven't spotted him either, right?
Not for a week, no. Before then, he would at least show his face every so often.
I was afraid you'd say that.
Worry not, Wazy. Walt has only been missing for a few days now. I'm sure there are plenty of other matters that warrant your attention.
Yeah, I can't deny that. Thanks for keeping me on track, Abbas.
Keynes has been mulling over what to do with his future for a while now.
The thing is, his family's well off, and he's always been a smart guy. If you ask me, he could probably do anything he puts his mind to. But I guess it's not that simple. Everyone has to figure things out at their own pace. 2 guys from the Saber Vipers came by yesterday. They looked up to no good. I was sure they were about to start some trouble on our side of the neighborhood. But as it turns out, they weren't looking to fight. They just wanted info on Walt. What's that guy doing anyway? Doesn't he realize how worried his crew is about him?
Something tells me Walt's sitting down in the geofront, just getting hooped up on some bad stuff. I'll have to face him sooner or later. Wow.
Let's see. Next up, I gotta maintain some orbital lamps. I think I had 5 of them to take care of. Reckon I'll knock this out before lunchtime.
So we could, in theory, upgrade some of our gear here. It only costs 3 U materials. So that's really not that bad, and not a lot of money either. So it's definitely something we can do sometime in the future when I feel more comfortable doing it. Okay, cannon time. Everybody get excited for cannon time.
You rarely see any fights around here anymore. You know what? I don't miss them.
He's a good kid.
He's a good kid.
Alright, we shouldn't have too many people here at... is...
Yo, Jed! Koki and Dino still not back yet?
Nah, just give him some time. I got some extra stuff to look into. I'm guessing you didn't dig up much on your end either, huh?
How about that?
Sorry, we got nothing.
We hit up all his usual spots, but no one's seen him around.
Figures. Seriously, where the hell is Walt?
We grilled everybody we could find out there, but no one has any clue where Walt is. No way he could have skipped town, right?
Seriously, where the hell is Walt?
Doesn't look like Walt's been back at his place in a while. So where's he been crashing this whole time? Damn, this place is such a drag without Walt here.
It's not even a song in Luganov's heart. Well. That, everybody, is talkies for the day. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for indulging me as we dive into the lives of these fine folk right here. And we have traveled across the land, searching far and wide. But in the Ellie-mobile, we're gonna take it. We're gonna go to that freaking doll studio, methinks, and see how things are. All right, no shining palms. I gotta look into that palm. It's still haunting me. It's still haunting me.
Off we go. Please don't send any more spooky dolls from me. That was one of the more difficult battles in Trails from Zero, was the angel dolls we were dealing with outside. Because it was an optional battle. Tends to be that way.
Hey, look!
A moving truck?
Oh, a moving truck?
Yeah, it's probably the latter.
Oh, wait, right, he's providing things for the performance.
Thank you again, Meister. You've been a great help. With these, we'll be all set for the debut of our new performance in a couple of days. Radios above. Your troop is far too demanding with its requests, each and every one of them. Tuning the automata would have been work enough, but assigning an entirely new stage set on top of that. I'm a busy man, you know.
I really do apologize for that. Ilian, the troop leader, can have some pretty lofty standards sometimes. That extra mechanism they asked you to install was something I just couldn't live without.
It doesn't matter now. I have no issue with lending my studio's expertise to service your place. I'm sure the goddess would prefer it to the alternative.
Thank you? Oh, come to think of it, Meister. We haven't received a response to our invitations yet. Arkansas would be honored to have you attend the show. It'd be our pleasure after the amazing set and automata you provided us.
Mira has thanks enough. I appreciate the gesture, but as I said, I'm a busy man.
Oh. I told him he wouldn't go for it. Still, I'd love for him to see how his hard work is being used on stage at least once.
Pardon us.
Huh? Wait, aren't you the SSS?
We are. You're the stage technician from Arkansas, correct?
Yep, the name's Heinz. I'm in charge of the props and equipment and such. What are all of you doing out here? Come to see the Meister?
Something like that. We had a little matter we wanted to consult him about.
Are you here to pick up a commission?
Now what's interesting is since Heinz is now part of main quest, he actually gets a voice. Oh, he sounds very kind. Yeah, we had an order for an automaton tune-up and some new set pieces. It was kinda on short notice, with the debut of the revival performance coming up, but he did us a real solid getting it done so quickly. Oh boy, to tell you the truth, everyone in the troop owes the Meister a Torum.
You don't say.
Speaking of which, isn't the revival performance only a couple of days away? That's right, Illy and the others are kicking into high gear right about now. Heck, I've been getting into it myself. What, with all the changes we made?
Have you now? Sounds like you're all primed to put on a real box office hit.
That's the idea, but whoops, I'm a little behind schedule. Gotta get back there and set this all up. See you guys later. Stop by and say hi to everyone when you get the chance.
We'll be sure to.
Be careful on your way back.
Vroom, vroom. Here he goes. Here goes that man.
That stage technician man.
We already knew the Meister was the one behind Arkansas's theater magic and all. But man, it kinda makes you forget this place has ties with the society, huh?
That it does. Well, at least we know the Meister is in right now. I'm not sure if he'll be willing to tell us anything about society, but we'll never know if we don't ask. Right. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose.
Let's go for it. Once you enter the doll studio, you'll be enabled to visit other areas outside of Crosspell City for the rest of the day. Okay, just taking a brief look at everything on this day. We should have done our due diligence. So, let's visit that freaking doll studio, shall we? Lloyd used the iron knocker attached to the gate.
Excuse us. This is the Crossbell Police, Special Support Section. Meister Rosenberg, we'd like to have a word with you.
There's no need to shout. My hearing is still perfectly fine. Whatever business you have must be important if you've come all this way. I don't have very much time to spare. I'll make an exception this once, so long as you keep things short.
What? She's so cute. A Rosenberg doll? An automated one by the looks of it.
Enter. The little one will guide you. See to it that you don't wander anywhere you aren't supposed to.
I guess it can't talk? Not that I was expecting it to.
Get a load of this gal. Sure doesn't look like any machine I've ever seen.
Mind taking us to where your master is, little miss? Don't like that. Don't like that. I think we're supposed to follow her. Right. We probably shouldn't keep the Meister waiting. Ouroboros. Just what kind of enemy are we dealing with? Well, we've come this far. Let's actually explore inside. Okay, take a left. This place is a lot more high-tech than you'd think from the outside. Lloyd and the rest of the SSS then followed the automaton inside. After going through what felt like a maze, they emerged in an underground section of the studio. This is the place we saw with Ren. Oh, is that Potter Mater? What is this place? It's incredible. Rosenberg Studio. Whoa! Is that it? The giant archaism you mentioned before? Yeah, Ren used it back at the Sun Fort. I believe she called it Potter Mater. So this is where it's been.
The hell's all this mechano crap doing down here anyway? I thought this was supposed to be a doll studio.
I believe those terminals are connected to the Orbital network. This must have been where Kitty was remotely hacking the network.
Well, what is it you want?
Meister Joerg, thank you for allowing us to come in and speak with you. We have a few questions we were hoping to ask.
Would they, by any chance, happen to be about what Campanella's been up to?
So you know.
Do not misunderstand. You are correct that I have ties to the society. In the end, however, I am nothing more than a humble doll maker. I am not directly involved with whatever grand scheme they have planned.
So in other words, you can't tell us exactly what Campanella is plotting to do?
I do not know, nor am I in any position to. However, you should understand that he is an enforcer, not an unvoiced. He is not authorized to propose plans for the society to pursue. The unvoiced, rather, are the ones who draft such arrangements.
Now hold on just a minute. This is a little much to take in all at once. Isn't this insider information? Should you really be giving it to us so easily?
It is hardly confidential. There are many on the continent who know of this already. The church, the guilds, the intelligence agencies of the major powers. And even that is only scratching the surface.
The society is so widely known, yet still you're able to freely continue making dolls here.
As I said, I'm not in a position to know all of the society's inner workings. Take the archaisms, for example, where construction relies on technology from many other workshops beside this one. My studio is but one scale on the ever-coiling serpent. Which is why the church and guild will never set foot in here without due cause.
I suppose that makes sense.
Someone like you is more valuable while you're still attached to the snake. Which makes you a handy source of info.
Correct. That being said, this studio has already been preemptively outfitted for any contingencies. Even should you break the front door down with an arrest warrant, all you would find is an empty and meager doll studio. Nothing more. Not even Potter Mater. Well, would you like to try your hand at taking me into custody, having heard all of that? You may not have another chance.
No, that's not why we're here. You made your point. We'd like to inquire further, if you're willing to answer. Lloyd, I guess that's all we can do, but it doesn't mean I like it.
A wise decision. I take it you'd like to know something more concrete than veiled statements and broad outlines. Narrow your questions down to 3, and I will answer them if I can.
Fair enough. What 3 things should we ask him about? The society's anguish, the grand scheme, the relation to the cult. Let's take it from the top. What a picture. What a cool picture. And reveals, wait, big night ladies in Anguis? Really? Also, we got a certain someone on the side here. I think he's the 6th, right? It feels like I think he's the 6th and for Anguis.
The Anguis. They are the 7 snake apostles who live and serve to realize the Grandmaster's plans. Even I do not know all of their identities. However, I'm aware of the Anguis that will be arriving in Crossbell before long.
Ooh, do you think the 7th? Because that was a woman. Is she the knight? She said she was coming to Crossbell. And they're the ones who've sort of been teased. We'll see, I'm getting ahead of myself. Is there any way you can tell us more about them?
One is a man, the 6th Anguis to be precise. He leads the 13 factories that comprise Ouroboros' technological network. He is the society's greatest theoretician, an engineer with an insatiable appetite. Needless to say, he is a contemptible man.
You clearly have a high opinion of him.
Just how contemptible are we talking?
He is the sort of man who cares for nothing but satisfying his own intellectual curiosity. I'm unsure what he hopes to achieve by coming to this land in person. I could say this for certain. His arrival is anything but good news for Crossbell.
We'll take your word for it.
He will not be alone, however. The 7th Anguis, the Steel Maiden, will also be coming to Crossbell.
The Steel Maiden?
That's got an ominous ring if I've ever heard one.
She is an enigma, to say the least. Briefly put, she is a masterful warrior whom you have no hope of defeating, even if you were to face her all at once.
She's that strong? Trying to wingman your fellow conspirators, I see.
It was merely a word of warning. Unlike the 6th Anguis, I've heard the 7th Anguis is a virtuous individual. However, were you to face her unprepared, it would surely cost you your lives.
What about this grand scheme?
As I already told you, even I am not familiar with the details. From what little I've heard in passing, however, I do know what it is called. The Phantasmal Blaze Plan.
Phantasmal Blaze? Now there's a name rife with symbolism.
This plan, does it entail causing some sort of widespread incident in Crossbell? Like the one in Liberal last year? That can't be. There's no way we could just let that happen.
Stop making me repeat myself. I do not know the details. What I can tell you is that the Society's intervention here pales in comparison to what happened in Liberal. The Society prefers to operate from the shadows above all else. They aren't the type to make their move on the surface.
Is that supposed to make us feel better? Because it sure as hell ain't working.
Seconded. The fact that you can give us nothing but a name makes whatever they're doing all the more suspect.
I'm curious what happens if I ask again.
To my knowledge, there are 2 Anguis.
Oh, okay, so he recaps it, but he does use new words, though.
One is the 6th Anguis, a contemptible engineer who oversees the 13 factories. The other is the 7th Anguis, a masterful warrior known as the Steel Maiden. I would caution you to be wary of crossing paths with either.
Grand scheme.
I do not know any particulars. However, I've heard the name they've given this grand plot of theirs. The Phantasmal Blaze Plan.
Finally, what's their relation to the cults?
The DG cult, you mean? As far as I know, the 2 sides never had any direct ties. Having said that, it is a fact that the Society was the one that destroyed the lodge where Ren was being held.
What? You're referring to Paradise, right?
Yes. My understanding is that the cult used it to lure in and exploit influential individuals from around the continent. In all likelihood, it was brought down because it began to target influential individuals the Society was backing. It's nothing short of a miracle that Ren survived that place.
That hellhole deserved to get wiped out. But it's not like that makes Ouroboros the good guys either. I hope you didn't expect that explanation to win us over.
As I said, I'm only telling you what I know. Take it how you will. From what I know, the Society and the DG cult never had any direct ties. In fact, it was the Society that destroyed the cult lodge that Ren was held at. In all likelihood, it was brought down because it began to target influential individuals the Society was backing.
Good stuff. Let's finish asking questions.
That makes 3 questions I've answered. You've taken up enough of my time, and have to ask that you leave now.
But... Lloyd...
Fine. That's what we agreed to. So we'll just be going. For now. Would you mind if we return for another one of these talks?
If I feel so inclined. Keep the following in mind. It is not only Ouroboros that you should have your sights set on. There are other forces to be cautious of in the wake of Crossbell's bid for independence, wouldn't you say?
I guess so. The man's got a point. Sounds like you probably know a thing or 3 about that too.
Maybe so. Maybe not. Off you go. Follow the little one like you did on your way here. If you wander off, I can't guarantee your safety.
What a scene, I'm so excited. We're starting to unmask the Anguis. Like, we knew one from the trilogy with Weissman, but now, the 6th and the 7th. We will come to meet them before long, I bet. Thanks, miss.
I feel like I just came out of a bad dream. The Phantasmal Blaze Plan, and the 2 Anguis making their way to Crossbell to enact it. It's so fantastical, I can barely bring myself to believe it. Just how dangerous are they?
From what I've heard about the Liberal incidents, very We can't take the threat they pose lightly. Still, if what the Meister told us is true, whatever they're planning in Crossbell isn't as extensive as it was in Liberl. Happy relief. I hear they had an enormous battleship to contend with. Not to mention that giant archaism, Potter Mater. Where did you get that info? The First Division has it all labeled as classified. Don't tell me you hear about these kinds of things while working as a host, too. My lips are sealed. Is something wrong, you two?
Well...
Yeah, just a little. Teotop might be able to explain it better than I could. Your minds?
I will make an attempt. Having seen the automaton that guided us in and out of the studio, it's become clear the society is far more mischievous than they are malevolent.
Mischievous?
Yes. They have more technological prowess than both the Epstein Foundation and Zeiss Central Factory, yet squander it by choice. Consider the research necessary to develop Potter Mater. It would have been more practical to use those same resources to build 50 airships.
You think so? Perhaps they have a source of funding, one deeper than we may realize.
Maybe, but whether you're an army or a crime syndicate, efficiency is typically the highest priority of an organization. Recreation typically doesn't have much of a place there, if at all, but Ouroboros turns all of that right on its head. That makes their motives and rationale all the more baffling to me.
Took the words right out of my mouth. The thing about it is, no matter how many unvoiced and archaisms they've got hiding up their sleeves, the Red Constellation and their Yui are probably more of an actual threat, realistically speaking. And that ain't even taking into account whatever the Empire and the Republic are up to. That's true. Put all four of them into one autonomous state together, and you've got a disaster waiting to happen. This kitchen already has too many cooks without the society. The big question is, what do they plan to bring to the table? Who's to say? Even backing the terrorists at the trade conference was allegedly a complete whim on their part. They don't seem to have any interest in involving themselves with conventional power struggles.
In that case, would that make what they are working toward as unconventional as everything else they do?
That would mean we're completely in over our heads trying to do anything about it. All we can say for sure is that, whatever it is, it can't be good for Crossbell. At any rate, we should return home for now. I want to relay all of this to the chief. After that, we should do the same for the CGF and the guilds. Regardless of what the society is after, the least we can do is make sure we're ready for them. I agree. Good call. Back to the city we go. Indeed, but that's something for next time around. Oh, some juicy talkies. I'm just excited to see more society stuff as well, and just that's like the one big thing building in the background, all of these games. I can't wait to see where it goes, so make sure you tune in next time when we conclude day 2 of chapter 3. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Carl, and this has been Trails to Completion.